Laker fans? My name is Kobe Sato, and this is the Laker Holics live podcast. Thanks to the people currently streaming through YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. What a night for the Lakers! Another win on a back-to-back night against the San Antonio Spurs tonight at the AT&T Center with a final score of 143 to 138. The Lakers won their second game in a row and second road game of the season. 143 points is the most the Lakers have scored this season so far. They're currently 5-5 at home and 2-6 on the road with an overall record of 7-11, which is currently tied for 12th in the Western Conference with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Spurs team came in with a record of 6-14, which is currently 14th in the West, which is where the Lakers were before playing the Spurs a couple of days ago. Big game from LeBron. Let's just get right into it with the stat line. Comeback game for him for sure. He had 39 points from 35 minutes, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Pretty efficient night from him tonight. He went 11 for 21 from the field tonight, 7 for 12 behind the 3-point line. So he definitely had a good game from behind the arc tonight. Before coming into this game today, he was 24% from the 3-point line. So definitely got it done tonight from LeBron. In terms of a second night on a back-to-back, he was 10 for 10 from the free throw line. So like to see an aggressive LeBron tonight. Just looking at the timeline, even on Twitter, a lot of people hyping him up tonight, with a bunch of people saying that he should have been traded last week. So good game from him. Anthony Davis is out tonight, just with some soreness. He should be back Monday against the Pacers. Dennis Schroeder also had a solid game tonight. Finally, after struggling to begin with, to be in the season, he had 21 points off 31 minutes, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. He shot 6 for 10 from the field tonight, 3 for 4 from the 3-point line. The Lakers shot ultimately 52% from the 3-point line tonight. So great night in terms of production and shooting behind the arc tonight. That's really what saved them. Points in the paint tonight, the Lakers got out hustled in terms of points in the paint. 66 to 44. The Spurs kind of had no big man towards the end of the game. They had Puerto, who ended up leaving the game. Jeremy Sochan left the game early with some injuries. Zach Collins, he ended up getting into an altercation with 2 minutes left in the third quarter with Russell Westbrook. He ended up elbowing him in the forehead. He ended up getting ejected. So another scrappy night from the Lakers and Spurs tonight. Hard, tough nose win tonight for sure. Even though there wasn't much defense being played tonight, the Lakers gave up 138 points tonight. They gave up 25 second chance points to the Spurs team. Not great. The Lakers' biggest lead tonight was 16 points. San Antonio's was 11. The Lakers were up big going towards the end of the third quarter, and they ended up allowing San Antonio to go on an 8-0 run going into the fourth, which ended up making it a close game. So ultimately, just LeBron saved the day today for the Lakers, along with Dennis Schroeder, who carried most of the load for them tonight. So it was good finally seeing LeBron kind of get back in rhythm, along with Dennis Schroeder. Talking last game how Schroeder only had 9 points. Darvin Ham even spoke before the game saying that he wants to get Schroeder more integrated into the system, have him have a little more touches, and he definitely did that tonight. So love to see that for the Lakers. With Anthony Davis out, who's been tearing it up the last couple of games, they ended up starting Thomas Bryant, which looking at Thomas Bryant tonight, he had 9 points off 18 minutes, 4 rebounds and assists. He shot 3 for 4 from the field. He was +2 from the field in terms of plus minus. So I like what I saw from him tonight as well. After not really getting much playing time last game, being thrown out of the lineup after having some good games for the Lakers within the last 5 games. It's nice to see Thomas Bryant come in and have some productive minutes for sure. Um, Russ almost with a double double. He had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He had 6 turnovers tonight. Led the team in turnovers. LeBron had 4. With for the Lakers, 17 turnovers, which that also kept the Lakers in the game as well as the Spurs points in the paint. The last couple of games have been pretty sloppy. So with LeBron's second game coming back, and of course it's a back to back, so I'm sure they're somewhat more tired than usual. And Dennis Schroeder starting to finally find a groove today. Let's see how much he had only 1 turnover tonight. So ultimately, the 3 ball handlers with LeBron, Dennis Schroeder, and Russell Westbrook. I want to see LeBron cut down a little bit more on the turnovers. He had 9 last night, so definitely some improvement there. But not a recipe of success for the Lakers just to rely on 3-point shooting every night to fall. And of course, San Antonio is not a great team. So the Lakers ended up finishing them off like they should have. So the Lakers will be back home um, at Crypto.com Arena on Monday for the game against the Indiana Pacers at 6:30. Finishing up this road trip 2-1 with the only loss against the San Antonio Spurs. So not a bad road trip for the Lakers. I expected the Lakers to lose one of these games against San Antonio. With the way that they're operating right now, they're definitely in tank now mode. Looks like they're doing anything they can, pretty much just to tank and go after Wembanyama. So um, much needed wins for sure for the Lakers. It's going to be interesting seeing coming up for the next 12 to 13 games how the Lakers end up doing. They're going to be on the road most of the time. Looking at the Lakers schedule, go ahead and pull it up for you guys. You can see the Lakers are at home against the Pacers. They're at home against the Blazers. And they're at the Bucks, Wizards, Cavs, Raptors, Sixers, Pistons, and then they're back home against the Celtics. So this next stretch of games is really going to be interesting to see how they play. We'll see if first Anthony Davis can perform how he's been performing on the floor with LeBron, and if LeBron could play at the same level that he's playing at today with the way that Anthony Davis has been playing, the Lakers, it's scary hours. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Um, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, to be honest. The last couple of games is a good measuring stick in terms of playing subpar teams, which last season they weren't able to win those games. This season it looks like they have been able to win some of the below 500 teams. Which, I mean, when you're starting off to start the season with the toughest schedule in the NBA, these these games with subpar 500 these subpar 500 teams, the Lakers really need to make an emphasis on winning those games. It's almost must win games already before or right after Thanksgiving break. So going into Christmas, the Lakers want to be around that 500 mark. They're currently 7-11 right now. So we'll see within time how the Lakers end up playing out. But going back to tonight's game, looking at the stat sheet again, looking at the Spurs, they Keldon Johnson, he had 26 points tonight with 37 minutes. He was the leading scorer for them. He had 10 rebounds, 3 assists. He wasn't very efficient tonight. He shot 10 for 28, which isn't a bad 26 points from the Lakers to be giving up. 3 for 9 from the 3-point line. He was minus 13 in the game. So definitely the type of defense that I like to see from the Lakers tonight in terms of guarding the other players or the other team's star player. Even though overall this game didn't have much defense to begin with, to be honest, allowing the Spurs to have 138 points, which they do score the ball, but they're not a great team. So definitely like to see the Lakers bounce back more in terms of their defensive side of the ball. Just looking at where the Lakers currently stand right now in terms of rankings, go ahead and pull that up for you guys. As you could see, the Lakers are currently, let's see, defensive rebounding, they're second right now. Rebounding, they're sixth. Um, they're currently 20th right now in points per game. So Lakers are not a great offensive team right now. I mean, it's kind of known. The Lakers are near last in almost every category in terms of offense, except for free throws made, free throw attempts, which is good. Free throw percentage. They're a good rebounding team, and especially when you have Anthony Davis on the team along with Wenyen Gabriel, who I feel like is a big energy guy. It's no surprise there, of course. But looking at the net rating, where the Lakers are green, which is positives, the Lakers aren't that great other than their free throw attempts or field goal or free throws made. So definitely want to see some more improvement across the board, and it's not going to be a recipe of success watching LeBron again just, be behind the 3-point line, having the ball stagnant, running ISO for 6 to 8 seconds and jacking up a three or a contested fadeaway. That's not going to be the Lakers' recipe for success this season. Other than LeBron having 39 points tonight, which was definitely needed for the Lakers' win tonight, Lonnie Walker with 19 points on his second game against his former team, or third game against his former team, but second game in San Antonio with 19 points. He finally turned it on in the third and fourth quarter. The Lakers were able to escape with the W, even though they were really sloppy with the ball tonight, again with 17 turnovers. So, yeah, they got a win. A W is a W at the end of the day. So definitely love what I saw there. But now we currently have Darvin Ham with the press following the Lakers win to the Spurs 143 to 138. Let's take you out to him.
They really made shots tonight. We're very fortunate to get this W. I'm just thankful we were making shots as well. But, it's a young group. They don't run out of any energy. And, you have to execute and really simplify and stay true to your principles. We gave up a ton in transition. We turned the ball over. Couldn't get a defensive rebound at times. It's just, but again, when you're able to score the ball, it covers up for a lot of mistakes, but we can't depend on that night in and night out. We got to hang our hats on our defense, and San Antonio is a good, hungry, young bunch that's, they're going through a transition as an organization, but believe you me, what their core values are, this team will be back to where it once was here pretty soon. And with us, we have to really understand what we want our identity to be. And it's got to be defense. It's got to be making winning, playing winning basketball and having winning habits.
You got a couple guys going offensively. You alluded to Schroeder in the first half, so you need to find a rhythm, and then LeBron gets up to 7 threes made, and the free throw line hitting everything. What did you see on that end, and how key could that be to get those guys going?
I mean, we just whenever we play with pace and we move the ball from side to side, and we're attacking, we're in attack mode, and we're not settling, we're playing downhill, I mean, good things are going to happen. And, guys kind of separate themselves in different segments of the game in which you can play through, whether it's trying to get in isolation or trying to play a two-man game or involving three guys. But we had different guys step up during different segments of the game. Had some guys make some big threes for us, timely threes. And so I thought it was good. Guys, a lot of guys contributed.
Darvin, we start the trip with Pat Bev stepping in for Austin, and tonight we have LeBron stepping in when Russ is bleeding. Just as a coach, what did you make of that sequence to see LeBron step in there, and then expanding it to see their on-court chemistry as well with that double alley-oop?
I mean, you're talking about two first ballot Hall of Fame players, man, that know how to play the game of basketball, to understand when it's played the right way. They know how to play it. And highly competitive individuals, both on and off the floor. And I just, at the end of the day, again, those three key words: competitiveness, togetherness, and accountability. And that's what togetherness looks like. Being there for your teammate. He takes a shot to the head, and you don't want to escalate the situation. You want to try to calm him down. You got a guy with blood all over his face who's understandably upset, and just having Bron there, and it shows a brotherhood that we need that type of, that image, that action, that belief in one another. We need that to represent us as a team and as a franchise.
Well, speaking about LeBron, what about his play? He did miss a free throw, 39 after having, as I said last night, 1,000 turnovers, and he was so good on the court as well. What do you think about the way he's played tonight?
It doesn't take him long to get back in rhythm. He had some tough stretches last night, 9 turnovers or whatnot. But as I mentioned after the game last night, I'm not worried about him. He's one of the best ever at self-correcting. And I thought he knew where he wanted to get his shots from. He knew what type of actions he wanted to be in. I myself tried to put him in different type of actions from different angles. But he was phenomenal. I'm happy to see he got 10 free throw attempts. He had been, all year, he's been driving downhill, and just because, he plays with a ton of physicality and it's hard for people to really knock him off his route, it doesn't mean that he's not getting fouled. So I'm just happy he was able to get there for 10 attempts. And we need him to be aggressive, and we need to be smart, and just understand that, a lot of times this season, like AD, as he goes, we're going to go. And so he was very vocal, coaching up his teammates, suggesting different actions, and executing on both sides.
Darvin, you talked
That was Darvin Ham following the Lakers' win to the San Antonio Spurs, again with a final score of 143 to 138. Interesting stat of the night: LeBron is the oldest player to record 35 points and 35 and 10 on 7 threes. He's also the youngest player to record 35 and 10 on 7 threes. So, congrats to LeBron on that. Big night from him again. Looking over his stats for this month, he's currently averaging 23 points per game, 1 steal, 0.8 blocks, 6 assists, and 8.6 rebounds. Again, tonight, looking at his stat sheet tonight compared to his other games, he played 35 minutes tonight on a back-to-back. That's crazy. Being a 37-year-old in his 20th season, going for almost a 40-piece tonight. Hats off to him for sure. But a better game that he's had for the month of November, probably the most in terms, at least scoring-wise. 39 points. The second highest game was Wednesday, 11-9 against the Clippers. He had 30 and a loss. So it's good to see LeBron have a good game, and the Lakers actually get a win out of that, since the games that LeBron was carrying the team when Anthony Davis wasn't playing up to his potential, the Lakers weren't really looking that great, and they weren't really winning games as well. So looking forward to seeing how LeBron ends up playing next game, especially alongside Anthony Davis, which Dave McMenamin of ESPN just reported about a couple of minutes ago that AD is expected to come back Monday. So we'll have to see how that goes for sure. Lakers shot 52% from the 3-point line tonight. So Lakers definitely outshot San Antonio. San Antonio is not a great defensive team as well. So the Lakers are starting to pour out in terms of 3-point percentage. They started this game at 30.6% in terms of their 3-point percentage. They're now currently 31.9. So we see an uptrend there. Let's see if the Lakers can get to 35%, which is about the league average. The Lakers struggled to begin the season in terms of 3-point shooting, but with the emergence of Lonnie Walker, Austin Reeves has been playing better. Troy Brown, he's been playing okay. He didn't hit a three tonight, but Schroeder's been back. He hit a couple of threes tonight. Wenyen Gabriel hit 2 threes tonight. He shot 4 threes tonight. I mean, that's 50%, but I kind of don't want to really see him shooting threes or stretching the floor. But I get it when you have LeBron in and Russ, you're trying to spread the floor and you have him in the short corner. So we'll see how that progresses throughout the season. But love the production that I see from them. Kendrick Nunn, he came off the bench tonight. He scored the least amount of points for the Lakers in terms of active players. He had 7 points off of 15 minutes. He had an assist. He had a rebound. He shot 3 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 behind the 3-point line. He was +6 in the game. So, yeah, honestly, Kendrick Nunn has been really inconsistent this season. I don't know how much longer he's going to stay in the rotation, to be honest. With JTA coming back, we'll see if he possibly gets some of the minutes that Kendrick Nunn was racking up. I think JTA is a good athletic defender. He has some size to him. I feel like that could really help the Lakers out in terms of size and ultimately their defense. To start off the season, JTA was a regular man in the rotation, and the Lakers were number 2 at defense at one point. So I don't think it's any coincidence to start off the season how the Lakers were utilizing their size. Lately, the Lakers have been playing a little smaller, with AD playing at the 5, and LeBron playing at the 3. So we'll have to see how that ends up panning out throughout the season. But now we currently have Lonnie Walker speaking with the press.
Where you thought you'd be long term, how did this all hit you?
It's been a grateful type of few days. Got to come back and reminisce, look back on good times, see my teammates, bond with my old teammates. That's my family. So all in all, I would say it was great. And on top of that, we beat them 3 times. So I think that's a win on my end, playing with the new team. But I love Coach Pop. He's done a lot to me, a lot for me, and forever will be appreciative to it.
Well, first of all, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about the mason jar. What do you got there?
Oh, it's some hot sauce. One of the trainers from the Spurs made. Like I said, we got a lot of family. That's family over there, so they always treat me as such. So, Brandy, one of the massage trainers, she looks out all the time. It's one of the best hot sauces I've ever had in my life.
What do you put it on? What do you put it on?
At this point, everything. Cereal, ice cream, it don't matter.
I wanted to ask about the sequence after Zach Collins fouled Russ and to have LeBron step in there. And obviously this trip started with Pat Beverly in Phoenix stepping in with Austin and obviously getting the suspension, but guys saying that was an example of stepping up for his teammate. How did that sequence strike you?
Perfectly. I mean, I think it was a different tone to what has happened. When he got hit, Bron immediately went to Russ to make sure rather than, doing that. But we're a brotherhood. We got to have each other's backs. There's times where one of us might not be, in the right space of mind, based off of what may happen. And I think Bron did a terrific job doing what he does. I mean, I think that's what defines us most, and that's what's going to connect us even more, is just having each other's back through thick and thin.
Lonnie, obviously you guys were scoring very well tonight, but the defense and the rebounding slipping a little tonight. Is this the kind of game, second night of a back-to-back against the same team, where maybe some of those effort pieces or detail pieces slip?
Yeah, for sure. It's a back-to-back, to say the least. And on top of that, we're we're human. You know, we're allowed to make mistakes. So this is just another game that we have to watch and be aware of, and just watch film and continue to grow as a team. We know when we mess up. You know, we know when it's a bad choice or a great or good pass or whatnot. We just have to continue to get better each and every day. So we came out with the win today, which on a positive note, besides not, you know, defensive rebound, a couple backdoor cuts, a couple turnovers and whatnot, we still honed in and did what we did best, and Bron took us back home. You know, he took us to victory. So we just got to continue to fight, continue to grow, and just play team ball. Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was Lonnie Walker following the Laker win to his former team, the San Antonio Spurs, tonight. He had 19 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 60% behind the three-point line tonight. Love what I've been seeing from Lonnie Walker the last few games, looking at his stats. Currently averaging 18.9, about 19 points per game for the month of November, shooting 50% from the field. 44.9% behind the three-point line. So definitely a nice month from Lonnie Walker this season. He's been a big bright spot for the Lakers this current season. Kind of reminded me of Malik Monk from last season, who ultimately left for the Sacramento Kings. He ended up getting paid. I expect Lonnie Walker to definitely be getting a big payday this summer as well, whether if it's going to be from the Lakers, which I don't know if they're going to actually pay him, or another team, but definitely earning his stripes for sure this season. He's currently looking at his averages compared to his career. Let's go back real quick. You can see he's having a career year, averaging 17 points per game. His career is about 10. About everything else is about the same. 2.1 rebounds. His career is 2.3. This season he's averaging 1.9 assists. His career is 1.6. Steals is about half a game, or half a steal more per game. So ultimately, Lonnie Walker definitely scoring the ball for the Lakers this season, and the Lakers definitely need it. So going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward with the Lakers in terms of just the roster, how AD is going to be playing with LeBron, the Laker bench with who's going to be coming off the bench when when Pat Bev comes back from his 3-game suspension. The Lakers are currently 2-0 when not having Pat Bev, who's supposed to be their tone maker. So again, it's against the San Antonio Spurs, who are not a great team. So it's you're kind of matching it with a grain of salt, but gonna be interesting to see when Pat Bev comes back what the Lakers starting lineup is gonna be. If they're gonna end up keeping Schroeder in the starting lineup, if they're gonna keep Troy Brown in the starting lineup, if Austin Reeves is possibly gonna get inserted into that lineup, or if Darvin Ham ends up keeping Pat Bev. In the beginning of the season, Darvin Ham did express that he's going to be playing and starting people who are playing defense. And Pat Bev's known for his defense. Even though he hasn't been playing great this season, he has probably been the Lakers' best defender on in terms of Darvin Ham saying that's the best player on the other team. You go guard him. Darvin Ham has been countlessly giving that card over to Pat Bev. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward there for sure. Damian Jones is pretty much out of the lineup right now. As long as JTA, like I talked about, I think it'll be nice to see him come back into the lineup eventually. And with Indiana coming up, they're kind of a longer team. They focus more on rebounds as well as the Lakers do. So we'll see if JTA gets some time next game. He had all donuts across the board tonight for do not play coach's decision. So definitely will be interesting to see there. Lakers scoring across the board tonight. They were pretty consistent. Just looking at quarter by quarter, you can see the Lakers scored over 30 points in every quarter. The Lakers' third quarter has been their worst quarter by far this season, and they did pretty well today, scoring 36 points. And again, it's against the San Antonio Spurs defense, who is not great, but ultimately enough, they got the job done tonight. So nice to see that from the Lakers tonight. Their second quarter honestly wasn't that great tonight compared to the previous games. Honestly, on the defensive side tonight, the Lakers barely played any defense at all. If I'm being totally honest, the Lakers had 37 points in the second. They gave up 34 points. They gave up 41 points in the fourth quarter. That's ridiculous to a Spurs team who is already shorthanded. They lost like 4 players throughout the game. So to me, that's just unacceptable. The Lakers have to play better defense than that. And I know they could do it because in the beginning of the season, again, they were ranked second in defense. So with the season going on, I want to see the Lakers pick up on defense, but offensively, they've been playing way better. So we'll have to see what happens moving forward. If the Lakers end up running more sets, maybe on offense, but ultimately we can't be having the one-on-one ISO where LeBron has the ball on top of the key or in the corner for 6 seconds and it ends up flipping up a shot or end up shooting these contested turnaround jumpers, which just it affects the game in terms of flow, and I want to see some more passing from the Lakers for sure. So looking for the Lakers' next opponent, they play the Indiana Pacers. Let's go ahead and take a preview of Indiana and how they're looking currently. Going to pull that up. You can see across the board they're top of the league in terms of 3-pointers, and they're currently 10th in 3-point percentage, third in 3 points made and attempts. So the Lakers definitely need to focus on guarding the 3 next game against Indiana. But now we currently have Austin Reeves talking with the media following the Laker win to the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, I suppose AD being out maybe had something to do with that as well. But LeBron able to come in and carry a lot of weight on the offensive end. What did you see from him tonight?
He couldn't get 40, which was unfortunate. It was Bron being Bron. Obviously, we missed AD defensively and offensively, both sides. But it was a team effort. Mania played really well. We had a lot of guys step up and play well, but obviously Bron, did what Bron does.
We've been able to close out wins, which I suppose is the bigger thing, right? Especially after the start, 2-10. Now you're 7-11. Does that make you feel a little bit of a different way as you get into this next stretch of schedule, which is going to be some tough games?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you can close out a game, especially on the road against anybody, it doesn't matter the team. It's a learning experience, and even the losses that we had early in the year, they were learning experiences too. But I feel like we're more comfortable down the stretch. Know what we're getting into. And especially defensively know like what coverages we're in. So it's all a big learning experience. We're very, very new to each other. So, just trying to get better every day.
Austin, there was a scuffle today where you didn't get hit in the face actually, but what was your view of the situation? And given that you guys had a teammate who got suspended the other day, do you feel like the team kind of did a good job kind of coalescing around Russ and keeping it from spilling over?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, shout out Pat Bev. It's my guy. Great teammate. And I mean, just to your question, I mean, Brian did a good job holding him back. He obviously got hit really hard, was bleeding. I didn't really see it from my angle, but they ruled it a flagrant 2 for a reason.
That was Austin Reeves following the Laker win, again with the final score of 143 to 138. The Lakers are currently only 2 games out of the play-in and only 3.5 games behind the 6th spot to secure a playoff seed. There's currently 64 games left in the season, we'll see what the Lakers could do to turn it around if they can get to 500. Hopefully by at least by Christmas, and see if they can try to get it back into playoff contention. Sorry, but again, looking back over to the next game against the Pacers, again, just talking about the 3-point percentage, the Lakers definitely need to guard behind the 3-point line. They're currently 23rd in field goal percentage, so not a great offensive shooting team, even though they're currently ranked eighth currently in offense, and that's just the offensive rating per game is based off the 3-point percentage being so high. They're also third in assists. They're eighth in steals and second in blocks. So also a pretty good defensive team, even though they're currently their defensive rating is 18th. You could see just by their stats here that they like to play an up tempo game. They're up and down. They're currently 6th in points right now at 116.6. So they're definitely a run and gun 3-point shooting team, and everyone knows this is a team that has Buddy Hield on it. With everyone talking about the rumors of Miles Turner and Buddy Hield for Russ, which that's kind of fallen off the table throughout the season, or I don't know about falling off the table, but not really discussed as much anymore after the Lakers have had some success, and ultimately Indiana has had some success too. But Tyrese Halliburton, the Lakers definitely want to keep an emphasis on containing him. He's currently averaging 19.9 points per game, the highest for any Pacers so far this season. He's also currently averaging 4.5 rebounds, 11 assists a game, and about 2 steals. So Lakers definitely need to make sure that they're containing Halliburton and defending behind the 3-point line against the Spurs. Just looking at the 3-point percentages top to bottom, Miles Turner is currently shooting 46.7 from the 3-point line. Benedict Mathurin is shooting 42.3%. They have Andrew Nembhard who's shooting 40.5, so 3 players above the 40 percentile. Then they have Buddy Hield, Brissett shooting 38.2%. Halliburton's currently shooting 37.8%. Chris Duarte shooting 34.2%, and TJ McConnell is shooting 33.3%. So compared to the Laker roster, where they're not shooting anywhere near that, definitely want to make sure they're doing a good job guarding the 3-point line, especially on opponent's 3-point percentage. Looking at the Lakers, go ahead and pull that up for you guys. Opponent's 3-point made a game, they're currently 11.3, which is ranked 6th right now. Opponent 3-point attempts a game, they're about in the middle of the NBA at 34.2. So the Lakers definitely need to do a better job at containing the 3-point line, especially Monday against the Pacers. So definitely something that they're gonna need to have an emphasis on. I'm also, again, interested to see how LeBron ends up playing with Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis has the same mentality coming into the game, if he ends up dominating, if the Lakers can come out and AD can have a 30-piece and LeBron could have at least 25, I think the Lakers will be in good shape to possibly win that game. Here's my current predictions for the second stretch of the Lakers 10 games. So the 10 to 20, I'm currently 5-3. I predicted the Lakers are gonna battle this out with Indiana, and they're gonna pull out a W. We'll have to see what ends up happening. Then they end up playing Portland on the final game of that 10-game stretch for the Lakers. They're currently 7-11 right now. I think the game against Portland is a very winnable game as well, with Damian Lillard being out. So we'll see where the Lakers are after these next 2 games, and then again talking about the games after that, the Lakers are going to be on a tough stretch, being on the road. So we're going to see what the Lakers are definitely made of in this stretch. If they're going to be in playoff contention, if they're going to be a play-in team, or if they're not going to make the play-in team, like a lot of people were talking about just last week when the Lakers were who have lost have had 2 5-game losing streaks. So we'll have to see what happens there for sure. But yeah, so guarding Indiana's 3-point line, that's going to be a big thing for the Lakers on Monday. And also guarding the paint with Miles Turner. It's going to be interesting to see him match up with Anthony Davis. So definitely going to also need some work from the Laker bench as well. A home game, usually the Lakers bench produces better. I want to see more out of hopefully Kendrick Nunn has a better game. Austin Reeves, he had 16 points to get tonight. I would like to see him kind of stay in that range. Dennis Schroeder, if he can keep his production with Anthony Davis coming back, he's probably not going to have the ball as much. But if we can have Schroeder putting up about 15 a night, along with like 25 and 30 from LeBron, the Lakers are in good shape. So we'll have to see what happens there. But that's all I have tonight for you guys, Laker fans. My name is Kobe Sato. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will be live post-game against the Indiana Pacers. Good night.